Hi everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com. A little look at a movie review today. A nice, easy family sort of supposedly family comedy we're going to have a look at. Probably may have been aware of it. It's been put back actually in the US. I think it was released in the UK. I think it's been put back a few weeks because of obviously what's going on in the world in the United States. So it may not quite be out there yet. Please, if you're new to the channel, push your subscribe button, push the bell notification so you know when these little video vlogs are coming out, movie specials, etc., etc. Please, thumbs up is always appreciated. It's nice to have a thumbs up. Only takes a second, doesn't it? Yeah, so we're looking at My Spy. It's a 12 class here in the UK. Be a similar thing, whatever territory you're in. An hour and 39 minutes, a little bit long for me. Family action comedy, as I said. It's about a hardened, yes, of course, CIA operative finds himself at the mercy of a precocious 9-year-old girl, played by an 11 or 12 or 13-year-old, but why they have to be 9, I'm not too sure, having been sent undercover to surveil her family. And of course, it stars a new guy who's been appearing in some action films recently, Dave Bautista, is that how you pronounce it? My apologies, Dave, if it's not. Chloe Coleman, Parissa Fitz-Henley, directed by Peter Siegel. Any good? Well, I mean, the budget was 18 million, but it's hard to know, obviously, at the box office yet. It's not yet, as I said, been released in the US, I don't think, or it's been limited. It cost $18 million to make, and it's only got back up to now 4.6 million, so not great. The critics, well, not overly impressed. Review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, it holds a 45% approval rating based on 29 reviews and only has an average score of 4.84 out of 10, which isn't very good. The website's critics consensus reads, My Spy plugs David Bautista into the charismatic action star meets Q-Kid formula. Yeah, we've been there many times, with generally painless, albeit decidedly mediocre results. And the Metascore, the Metacritic's again very similar. They assigned a weighted average score of only 4.5 out of 10, based on 5 critics, and they scored it anywhere between 3.8 and the highest being 7. So that's not too bad. Empire magazine only gave it 4 out of 10. And went on to say, this big spy meets little kid comedy isn't funny enough for teens, but not really suitable for younger viewers either, and certainly not. And there's no, where's the adult in that? I mean, there's obviously supposed to be a family film, but again, you know, not overly impressed for adults. But we got this covered. I'm not sure what that is. It might be a blog or something. A blogger or something. Gave it 7 out of 10, so they liked it. A feel-good movie should make you feel, well, good. And My Spy's arsenal of laughs, smiles, and carefree action connects with a sniper's precision. So we got this covered. I don't know who you are, but perhaps you're on the payroll. I'm not too sure. Internet Movie Database, yeah, it's got a 5.5 out of 10, so just below a watchable rating. One of the guys, just I was looking through some of the reviews, I picked out a Coombe Stephen who gave it a 6 out of 10. He wrote, this is a standard feel-good film and it's not hard to work out how it's going to go and how it's going to end, but that doesn't really detract from the enjoyment. It was not so much as action as I expected, but there was more depth and better acting there than I expected as well. All in all, this isn't a highbrow, complicated, Oscar-winning movie, but it is a decent feel-good film that works for adults and kids. Yeah, very kind. I mean, my little review for MovieGameNostalgia.com, I'll just quote from that. I quite liked the last 20 minutes. I did. Just a shame that the preceding 75 minutes or so was a bit all over the place and at times a little uninteresting and boring, to be honest. Yes, we've seen it all before, and perhaps we were due a film of this genre, and now we have the big hard man Bautista becoming, at first anyway, another unwilling babysitter. Is he any better or worse perhaps than people like Arnie? I think we've had Arnie, haven't we? We've had The Rock, and we've had various people doing these sort of roles. And you can even think of films like Big Daddy. You can even think of with Adam Sandler and things like that. Is he any better or worse perhaps? Who knows? But not as an action film. There is very little. And as a comedy, well, I wish I was hard-pressed to see any humour at all, but any one-liners spotted almost a mile away. Chloe Coleman is okay, but for me, anyway, lacks a little bit of charisma and is a little bland with only the odd glimmer of cuteness and attitude, which is really what we want from our young people in these sort of films. As the critic said, or one of the critics said before, obviously I'm not quite the demographic for this, but which demographic is this trying to appeal to? Not really for young teens, not really for young for people under 10, and certainly pretty boring for most adults. So I do wonder who it is actually aimed at. And I've only give it an MGN rating of 5 out of 10, which, you know, even for me is fairly low. I just don't think it really hit the mark. And as I said, I got to the last 20 minutes and quite enjoyed the last bit of action. But for a family action comedy film, there's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of family comedy. You know, I just don't understand. But that's my Spy. You may have a different opinion if you go and watch it. And I say, it is what it is. It's of the genre, and it's what you expect. If you've never seen any film of this genre, if you've been in a cave for the last few years, then it might be okay. But for me, no, it missed the spot, sadly. Anyway, that's 5 out of 10. I'll give my Spy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Say it's all opinions. You know, some people on reviews are giving it 8 and 9 out of 10. So that's just how it is with film, isn't it? That's it. If we all agreed, it'd be a boring world, wouldn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Please, for all the movie information, follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie, and I'm on Facebook at Bernard with links to moviegamenostalgia.com, my little website for old and rare DVDs, movie posters of the 90s, 2000s, and some board games. So if you get a chance, have a look on there. If you nothing better to do with your time, which I'm sure you probably have. Anyway, thanks for watching. Whatever you want to do the rest of the day, look after them. Keep your eye out for the vulnerable people at this time, but especially look after your friends, especially look after your family, and especially look after yourselves. You're the most important, aren't you? If you're not well, who's going to look after everybody else? Anyway, this is Bernard saying thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you all again very soon. Bye-bye.